What's the deal? What's the deal? How y'all doing this evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you may be? OG Cutes was supposed to come on at 10 o'clock sharp Pacific Standard Time. Unfortunately, Cutes is not answering his phone, nor his text messages, or clicking on the link. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Y'all might be stuck with me tonight. Another 90 minutes with dry ass, boring ass Kev. I don't know though. We kind of got some numbers when I started joking last night, right? Numbers went up pretty good. I don't know if I got it in me again tonight though, y'all. Crystal, what up, baby? What up? No fat jokes tonight, baby. How about some old jokes though? You with the old jokes tonight? Or we'll just wait till another guy like Michael comes along talking about LA Crips, but admitting to being in prison in Louisiana, right? He didn't deny getting touched either, or fingers up his, we're not going to get X-rated up in the beginning, right? American Negro, long time no see. Let me see, we got American Cholo, American Negro. Any American Europeanos? American Filipinos? Anything? What up, though? What up, what up, what up? Y'all talk to me, man. Official FPG Mucho. Man, OG Sag from Santana Block Compton Crip got me this hat. This is a Solano baseball team hat from up north, Northern California, man. If y'all from up north, you should know all about Solanos, right? Gotta bang that S, though. Black American over here, no transplant. All right. OG Kevmac, much love and respect from Chi-Town, homie. I seen some Chi-Town license plates today. I said, ooh, look, they done came from Chi-Town and they representing on their license plate. Dubs, what's cracking, Dubs? Long time no see, man. Southside Compton, what up, homeboy? LaDonna, what you know about Solano? You don't know nothing about Solano. I'm talking about Bay Area. Bay Area! My neighbors probably be mad at me. I'll be getting notices about noise, right? Don't nobody be here unless I got a broad banging the headboard up against the wall. You know what I'm saying? But I just be here talking to y'all, and they say I'm too loud. Bang that like button on the way in. Kev Mac, Michael Hawkins, what up? Homie Skyler, what up? Jay Ship in the house. Big Kev, I have noticed that red beanie. Is that what you said? Let me see what you said. Oh yeah, it's gonna always be in the same place. Like, should I move it or something? Like, there's nobody in here but me. Like, is there a reason why I should move that red beanie? Or would you just like to see something else here? How about we put that right there? Now you don't even know the red beanie was there, right? OG Q's, what up, homeboy?
Hey, what's up?
Man, you dark, man.
I'm gonna cut the light on.
All right.
All right, I cut it
You
on.
trying to conserve energy or it's hot over there?
Now, give me a second. I cut the light on.
All right. Georgia in the house. What up, Georgia? I just need 11,000 votes. Can you find 11,000 votes for me, Georgia? Giuliani don't know what to do now. Giuliani don't know whether he should roll over, play lawyer. He don't know what to do. Like, should he hire a lawyer? Should he snitch? Will he get some jail time? Giuliani over there is sweating, man. He's sweating that just for me and all out his head, man. It's just sweating all over his face like clay, man. Giuliani don't know what to do. He might find himself on a level 4 peeling out, right? Giuliani ready to get his squabble on up in there. He don't know what to do, really. I had to answer a call. Is that Las Vegas, Kev Mac? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They said Giuliani is not going to prison without telling first. Lady A, you be ragging on me, Lady A. Now, I'm gonna let you have it. If you seen last night's live, you know I'll go in on women, including moderators, right? Including criplets. So don't think you spared, right? You keep playing with me about glasses and missing your comments and all that. I'm gonna make an example out your little ass. You keep playing with me. Oh, Q's got a light, man. What that? Hey, how'd you do that, man? You got on a ladder and screwed a bulb in?
Yeah, that ceiling's so damn high.
Man, you
I
got
put
a
a
fresh haircut.
Yeah, fresh haircut and a shave.
Q's peeling out again. I almost came up in here with my slingshot on, but I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
You should have did it. You gotta learn to relax, man. What's been up?
Austin, Texas said he still love your story about the Fauché versus Audubon school fights.
Oh yeah, Took used to participate in those most of all. Now he used to always tell me about them fights too. Yeah, Took used to fight them different schools because he was going to one of them, so that they fights would be there. Hey, you been listening to the news? All the crazy stuff's been going on in the world.
No, just a little bit, just a very, very minute bit.
Wow, you heard Trump had all them secret documents in his house at his resort?
Of course.
Well, that was crazy, huh?
Nah, because we've been knowing that. That's what all them boxes was when he was leaving the White House.
Yeah, but they took like 15 the first time, and I guess they realized that they didn't get all their stuff back, and he kept lying. Well, then his lawyer wrote a letter saying they don't got any more of the secret stuff.
Well, man, just like everybody know Charleston White's a snitch, everybody know Donald Trump's a liar. So
Just speaking of that dude, I was looking where he was apologizing to your neighborhood, and I was like, okay, this dude, he's saying he's sorry for being obnoxious and saying, antagonistic things that get provoking people during a time when you should be grieving. And, what the hell, man? I call him a shock dude, wanting to say things just for shock, just to get some hits and stuff. But
he said he's a shock jock. That's when everybody should have stopped taking him serious.
Yeah, but if a man is gonna say he's sorry about something, I don't know. I don't know if he got true remorse for what he did or he didn't do. But if he made the effort to say he's sorry, some people are gonna forgive him, some people ain't. But at least he said he was sorry, and that he said all of these things brought it about. Meeting these two dudes, Crip Mac for one, and this other Crip, he didn't name who he was. But what about all the other Crips that have been, sending hits in? What are you talking about? Why are you saying this stuff? It was like it took those two Crips out of all the other Crips. And I imagine some other people was telling them that shit wasn't cool. That wasn't even Crips, but it took two Crips to make them realize it. That's kind of weird. But, but neither here or there, I can't speak for that neighborhood. That ain't my neighborhood. But I was a fan, of Nip, and I was offended by it. That other dude, he was talking mess about Nip, and I had to check him. People just like to say shit about other people. They just want their light, the other person that they're talking about who's illuminated in light. They want some of that light shined on them. They don't know how to go about getting it in a positive way. So they just want to say something all obnoxious just to be associated with the person in some type of dynamic, which is crazy if you ask me, But when someone say they're sorry, what would you say, Kev?
I was going to say, when you say dynamic, I think the dynamic for a lot of people is just creating content. They say anything to get people to come check them out and get it popping. But in the comment section, they say he admitted that was a fake apology. They also said that video's old or new. He's still apologizing. It's still rejected. That don't change nothing.
Yeah, and you from the neighborhood, so if you guys reject it, then that's what it is, you know. Now another person from the outside could look in and say, "Oh, they should forgive him. Oh, they should do that." Yeah, maybe so, you know, but maybe there are people who don't want to forgive him, you
On
know.
another note, on
And if we
another
say, huh?
on another note, on a more positive note, I noticed that there's a lot of people talking shit about Nipsey Hussle right now, when the only thing I could think of is they jealous because he got recognition and fame and then he got a Hollywood star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People,
Because Nipsey ain't done nothing to y'all. Nipsey, a lot of people swore they never heard of Nipsey before he passed. You know what I'm saying? Now you
yeah.
got people mad at him, hating on him. Like, how can you hate on that brother? He was actually a really good brother. So it's either you jealous or you a hater. I hear one cat is talking about a gang member got a star in Hollywood. Nigga, if you a gang member, you should feel proud about that shit. You know what I'm saying? How could you shit on another gang member for actually making something out of his life? You know what I mean? Underground at that.
Yeah. What do they think about all the other gang members who became famous and doing good things? You know, there's more gang members who have overcome the obstacles of the inner city, and they want to hate on them guys too. But yet they'll probably get behind Trump and just be ready to blow themselves up over him. You know, it's self hatred. That's all.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Official says it's crazy how so much people hate on a man that passed away and had an impact on folks' lives.
Yeah, and coming from a guy from the street, and he was way younger than me. I looked up to him. You know, I admired him, still admire him in depth. You know, so it don't make me a bigger or smaller person. So if I get on here and say something negative, that's supposed to make me stand apart or make me special or wonderful. All that's gonna do is just show what an idiot I am.
All right, LaDonna, have a good night. She says, good night, all. I'm young, old, gotta work early. Rest in peace, Nip. He brought light to what many see as dark. Man, Nip would have been 37, you know what I'm saying? And man, he did a lot at what, 30, 34, 33, then dudes our age now. So, I don't see what the obsession with him is or the hate.
The hate.
He was a good brother, period.
Man, shit's stupid to hate like that. Oh, something else I wanted to comment on too. Black and brown. I wanted to comment on black and brown, Mexicans and blacks. Speaking for blacks, and speaking first person, I use first person. I don't walk around. I did a lot of time in the joint, and I had Mexican friends in the joint that was hunter paperwork. I had Mexican friends in the joint that wasn't hunter paperwork. I had Mexican friends in the joint that was just street gang members, and they were really my friends inside of the joint, you know. And so I don't come to the street, you know, whatever conflicts I had in the joint with people inside of the joint, I didn't spill that hate back over into society, you know. And maybe some of you ain't never been on the main line. Maybe some of you ain't never been in the joint. So some of you hate, you know, you just living adversely through other people. You know, you look at shit certain ways through what other people's experience was of it. But I don't hate no brothers, you know, and I don't hate no Mexicans. You know, and I look at all the other content that's going around, and a lot of people, you know, they want to, you know, put people down. A convict, convicts respected each other in the joint. You know, I don't care what color you were. If you was a convict in there and you was around other convicts in there, give each other a level of respect, you know, and that's the way it should be out here too. But if you out here, you should be trying to have a family out here. You in society. You bring that hate on the street, you limiting yourself, you know, and you think that's the way you're supposed to act and behave. And I'm talking to both races. If you think that's the way you're supposed to behave and just hate each other for really nothing, because neither one of you got shit. We're trying to get something. And then you think you're gonna get it through hating each other. You ain't gonna get nothing. What you're gonna do is cut opportunities off from each other through that hate. And once you leave prison, all that hate should leave with you. You know, it should leave your body, not leave with you like you bring it back into society. You leave prison, leave hate. Leave the hate out of you. You don't need it in you. It doesn't give you energy. It doesn't make you stronger. What kind of effect is it going to have? It ain't going to be positive. It ain't going to do nothing good for you. You're going to pass it down to a younger person, and they're going to experiment it with for a couple years. Might cause them to get killed or cause them to do a lot of time in prison like you did. And then it's going to be more of the same. After doing all of these years in prison, man, if I come out here dumber, then what good did all that incarceration do? Well, it didn't do nothing. If I went in there for some dumb shit, then I come back out here with that same mentality. Who's going to benefit? CDC's going to benefit again because I'm going to get in the recidivism rate. I'm going to go right back up in there for some more dumb shit. And that's going to be my lifestyle. That's a lifestyle. I mean, really, man, come on, man. If I get out here, like I told you guys, the gangbangers out here are the young people. They the ones out here killing each other, shooting each other, fucking each other up, excuse my language, for old shit that don't make no sense. And for new stuff too, but sometimes for material stuff. You know, at the end of the day, they ain't gonna have too much more than what they had when they started out. Usually everybody's riches is what they have in their pocket. Every penny I owned when I used to gangbang was the money that was in my pocket. And that's on a good day and a bad day. So it never really was that much. And if you really look at it, if you're honest with yourself, every penny you got that you own in this world, if you're in that lifestyle, is really in your pocket. And if you accumulated anything, then it really ain't that much either. You know, and we try to live rich through other people because they got this and they got that. And we think that they're going to give us some of that. They ain't going to give us anything. It's just, that's what you call delusions of entitlement. You feel that you're entitled to what that other person got because they done made that, and you feel somehow you're entitled to it. You know, they don't want to share it with you, then you feel hurt, and now you want to do something to them. It's all mental stuff, man. But as far as racial hatred for another race, come on, man. Really, man? You gonna hate another race because you were born this color, that person was born that color, and you're gonna hate him because he was born that way. You didn't have nothing to do with what your color is, your race. You didn't have anything to do with that. That was your parents who created you. They're the ones who married each other. They created you. So you're a product of them. So you can't be proud of that. You didn't have anything at all to do with what color you are.
Yeah, right.
You didn't say about design. You didn't say, I'm going to come in the world, I'm going to be this way. Then you do all of these things to say you're upholding your race. You're a disgrace to your race and your family if you keep going in and out of jail, having the police pull up in front of your house, helicopters flying over the house, police zooming up and down the street looking for you. How is you? Then when you get to jail, you think you somebody special. You think somebody's gonna want to follow you.
Man, we were some disrespectful dudes having our parents go through that type of stuff, man. And we
damn right.
Fun.
Yeah. Have your parents put outside in the middle of the night on the yard, laid out with all the other criminals.
Yeah. Yeah, but Ain't nothing wrong with having pride in whatever your race or your color is, but
No.
the hatred and the jealousy is the problem.
Yeah. And then it's not okay, so here I'm talking about having the pride to where you think you created you,
Right,
that false sense of pride.
right.
Like, and then if you really have real pride in your race, then you're going to have pride for other people's too, because they have a race too. Because if you got a low self-esteem, then you ain't gonna be able to give nobody else any props either. Because you think everything is taken more away from you because you don't got it. So your self-esteem is so low. That's the value that you place on yourself. So let's take a look at my self-esteem, first person. If I put PCP in my body, phencyclidine, that's the worst drug that you could probably use at the time, but that was a drug that was in my community. So where do you think my self-esteem was at? And if you're putting fentanyl in your body, where do you think your self-esteem is at? Or are you gulping down alcohol or taking stums or doing all of these things to your body, to you, yourself, all the eternal things going on in you? Where's your self-esteem at? You're sticking a needle in your arm and you're sharing it with other people. Where's your self-esteem? Where's the self-esteem in that?
Right. Felton, what
You
up?
know?
Q, somebody want to know from Sacramento, did you were you familiar with bounty hunters from Sacramento?
Bonnie Hunter. No, I was familiar with the Bloods in Sacramento. But I can imagine if some brothers out of the Nickersons or from that area moved out there, that they could start a set, in Sacramento. It's just like when the brothers from LA had moved to Pasadena and they started some Bloods in Pasadena. They started some Denver Lanes in Pasadena. Then I remember Perry Dog and them, they started some Crips in Artadena. I remember when all those formations were started, when they were sending Crips to different areas and Bloods to different areas. When they would be part of the court, they'd say, "Well, he got to go live over here," so your mother would send you to live over here with your auntie. Like they send Baboon from Kitchen. They sent him out to Bakersfield. And then he started the Cottonwood Crips out there back in the day, when the first Crips started out there. So then they sent me to Fontana.
I remember they used to do that. They used to give some people out of state release.
Yeah. And they sent Big Country. Big Country came out here to San Diego. Donnie Ramsey came out here to San Diego. One was 5'9" Brim, the other one was 40 Crip.
Oh, do you know who started the Do-Rock Crips in DeWarty?
No, but I heard about them, but I can't, my memory fails me. But I heard about that gang in DeWarty. I heard about that gang. I don't know who started them. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. I haven't spoke to any of them brothers in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it was like, man, I'm like, okay, so here I am back in society, and I don't have no problem talking to a youth, whether he's Mexican, brown, black, white, or other. If I'm trying to set him on the right path,
right.
I'm trying to keep him from, continuing in his criminality, to graduate into, camp, from juvenile hall to the youth authority to the penitentiary. So wherever I meet the people at, whatever stage that they're in, I'll speak to them on that level. I'm not gonna speak to a little kid on the level that I would talk to a grown up. The way I talk to some of you people, the grown-ups should know better. Grown-ups should know if they promote hatred that is gonna, spread through their community. There's always gonna be like-minded people.
And there's always going to be propaganda too to shape the way people think for control of that person. But look, Cutes, the Cute's brother, the Cutes know his brother Mouse dated Tina Marie.
I knew that Tina Marie hung out in Venice Beach, and I know that when Mouse would be with my best friend, you know, the one who passed away, you know, that was in the wheelchair, and I know when they would be out there that they knew Tina Marie. I knew that. I knew that Tina Marie would come down on the beach sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that they knew her, but I never seen him bring Tina Marie over the house. I've seen him with remember that the young lady that used to sing with Rose Royce, the sister. I seen him mess with her.
Hey, here go a kind of funny question, but
yeah,
it's slightly a good question if you don't really know Ice-T. He said, ask Cutes, would you consider Ice-T a baby West Side Crip or no set, just a baby West Side Crip?
I would consider Ice-T a youngster that was a hustler that I seen, you know. I've seen him more than once in the community.
Y'all went to Crenshaw together.
Yeah, when I was active, you know, and I seen him on the Crenshaw bus a couple times. I would see him, you know, and he grew up in our environment, you know, and he survived our environment. And I'm sure there were other people who knew him better than I knew him. I mean, it wasn't like we were like, usually when I would meet people or something, I would like, you know, communicate with them and, you know, have a relationship with them like that. But, you know, it's like sometimes you stay away from people. You look at people and you see how they rolling at the time, and you say, well, I don't want to mess with that dude. I don't want to get too close to that dude because he's you know, he's tripping, you know. So, you know, maybe that's how he's seen me. Maybe he's seen me like that. I don't know. But I didn't see him like that. I just seen him as a cool dude. You know, I say a hustler. You know, and there were always room for hustlers to be around Crips because hustlers were real dudes too.
Let me ask you a question. You know, I think his name was what? Frederick Stubbs? Rerun on What's Happening?
Rerun. I used to see Rerun.
Now listen, do you remember Ice-T pop locking and shit and dressing like Rerun when y'all was at Crenshaw?
Never. This was ISIS. No, this was ISIS style.
Ice is in y'all yearbook dancing, pop locking and shit.
Yeah, he probably dressed up for that occasion.
Okay.
He probably was a part of that art form. But this is when I would see him, he had a lot of hair and he wore his hair long. He was laid. So you remember the movie Superfly?
Yeah.
He would wear his hair like that, like long in the back, like a ponytail, or his hair would be long. He would wear like one of those, I don't want to say a Borsalino hat, but he would wear a hat. He would have a hat on. He would blend in. He wasn't dressing like no weirdo. He would dress cool. So if he would be with they had a group called the Camel Lockers. They were the #1 lock group. They would come to our record house. We didn't give them dudes no hard time. You know, the dancers, we didn't get the dancers no hard time. And Skull, he would compete against the dancers because he had a dance group. He had a dance crew too / Crip. You know, so we would. They would entertain us just like we would walk around, be flexing and shit. They would go around and they would be dancing and stuff, and they could draw a crowd too. So there was room for them to do that. But yeah, I didn't know that I didn't know that he was wearing the Apple hats and hanging out with Rerun in them. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if I with Rerun. I was just saying he used to be locking shit. But Ice called me when you first did your video, and I said, Man, Cuse was a real deal. He said Cuse was cripping back then. He said, but Cuse, when Tookie and them come up there, Cuse would go with Tookie and them. He was like, man, that wasn't my crowd. He like, I'm cool, but when Tookie and them come up there, man, I'm going the other way.
Yeah,
I don't know
usually
if he's going the other way, like he wasn't scared, but that wasn't his crowd.
Yeah, and usually when I would call them up there, it was because some older dudes would come up there to get me. Because see, once you hit high school, you considered a grown man now. So other grown men could come up to the school and try to knock you down. So the other grown gang members would be swooping up in front of the school to try to knock me down. So I said, all right, you guys, you want to play like this? I'm going to start calling some G's up here. So I called Craig Craddock up there. I called Took up there, Mad Bud. I'd have a Monkey Man. I'd have the Big Mouse. I'd bring everybody up there on the weekend.
I see your cousin that got shot up there once or twice.
Yeah, Chucky got shot for trying to pull a gang member out of his car. And the dude had a gun in it. And as soon as Chucky opened the dude's door, he shot Chuck in the leg. You know,
Blue was my partner. How's your cousin Blue doing?
Blue, he sent me a picture the other day, and he told me he's doing good, and he told me he ain't getting high, and he told me he's working on his health and everything.
That's good.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And he's free, so that's the good thing. Blue, big Anthony Madison's free.
Right. Yeah. OG Cuse, what year do you recall the first drive-by happening?
A drive-by.
Oh
yeah. Back in the day, we were doing this thing, and it got nipped in the bud real fast. They were called shooting in people's house. So a car would pull up and light my house up, bah, and then we would do the same thing. So to the same people, and then one time we did it, and the mothers got involved and the fathers got involved, and they had this big meeting between the two gangs, and that just ended that. That just stopped. And the year that had occurred was in 73. Yeah, that was in 73. So it started in 73 and it stopped in 73. That type of banging on the west side stopped in 73. I can't say it stopped everywhere else. I don't even know if it caught on somewhere else, but I know we were doing it.
Hey, I'm gonna give a shout out to Cartoon from Avalon. He called me today. Cartoon blew up, man. Everybody want him on their podcast. He got at least 4 people got at him today asking him to be on their podcast. Plus, he got other offers. So Cartoon told me he want to come on here tomorrow because he said if it wasn't for kevmacvideos, his career wouldn't have took off like it did, and that he gives props to me. And so I don't know what he really want to talk about tomorrow, but he was excited about, his overnight success. And I guess he want to talk about that here tomorrow. So
that's good.
Yeah, I'll be looking
I'll look forward to seeing our friend Cartoon. How is Rockhead been doing? Is he still sick?
Rockhead been in another country, and he should be back home. I haven't spoke to him since probably Friday or Saturday.
Oh, that's good. At least he's just feeling better. You just got to be careful when you be around too many people. I mean, even though this COVID thing isn't like it was, it's still out there. You got to just be careful, the company you keep, the germs that you breathe in, the germs that you touch. You got to be mindful of it because you don't want to get knocked down, by the COVID. It ain't nothing nice. I had it 3 times, so this shit is real and it ain't no joke. And some people got long COVID, meaning it stays with them. Their lungs don't clear up. They can't knock it.
Yeah.
We don't want nobody to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Stayed with
Yeah.
me. As a matter of fact, I wonder what's up with Goob. Goob went to the doctor today, so it must be really eating him up.
Yeah, something's eating young Goob up, so he gotta like just fight it, man. And I don't even know if there's any medicine they could give you for that. I think your body just gotta like work it up out of it like that. What do you guys think about the FBI? Do you think the FBI planted some boxes in Trump's pad? He got all those cameras.
No,
I don't
no,
think that they were. I mean, I'm not no pro law enforcement type of a
no,
dude, but
no,
I'm like Kev Mac. I don't think that they planted anything.
no. They don't have to plant nothing, especially something that high profile. You know,
Yeah, so how
FBI
come
do
all them
they
politicians?
they do their investigations and they got a snitch anyway. A snitch tipped them off, so no, I
Yeah.
don't think so. He'd been better off saying the snitch planted the paperwork there.
Or he first thing he said and then all of them other politicians was jumping on the bandwagon saying, and then one of the racist supremacist dudes had pumped him up, and he tried to go down to the headquarters with a nail gun, and he ended up getting himself killed.
Man, I seen them white politicians. I don't have to call them white, but Republicans.
Yeah.
I seen some Republicans on TV, and they were talking about they were in his house for 7 or 8 hours. I was like, welcome to getting the FBI to come to your residence, because that's about what they do. They would hit my house at like 6 in the morning, and they would leave at like 2. You do the math, that's 8 hours.
They go CSI that house. They go fingerprint. They go see who's coming in and out the door. The thing that was crazy though is Donald Trump called the AG. He called the head attorney that's over it. The head prosecutor. What is it? The DOJ. He called him, sent him a letter, and said basically, what do you want me to do? I see that everybody's roused up. Yeah, you the one who roused them up. It's like he's telling that DOJ, look, I'm in control of these supremacists, and if you don't back off of me, I got more power than you. That was a straight power move what he did to him. He probably said, I know the DOJ's a little nervous now. I didn't show them my power. So then he calls him, what would you like me to do? I'm at your service. You want me to calm my boys down? Like that. The DOJ should be pretty mad at him now for trying to hook him. He tried to buster him with that. I mean, could you imagine telling the prosecutor you're in trouble with a case, and then they get in all of these threats, and then you write a letter to the prosecutor and you say, hey, what would you like me to do? Would you like me to calm them down? Like, oh, you're in control of them? You're in control of those nuts?
Hey, what's your favorite politician of all time?
Nancy Pelosi, I love her.
Oh, wow.
I love her. I like Adam Schiff too. I like Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff. I like my favorite.
What about them two black brothers that died?
How did they die? Oh, the elders. Yeah. I liked it, both of them. One of them was from the civil rights era, right?
Exactly, right.
Yeah, I admired him. Yeah.
He stood up to them, to the other side, man. He didn't take no shit.
I used to like the way he would communicate, the way he would talk. He didn't try to be all phony and put his white voice on. He talked, just like we talk, He would just come straight out there. What city was that he was in? Was that Ohio? Where was that he was from?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought it was Ohio.
I don't think it's Ohio, but it could be. I don't even remember the names. That's how sad that is.
It's okay, but we know we're talking about the same brother.
Right. That's one was cool. Elijah Cummings.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the fans might know his name. But yeah, who was your favorite? Monster.
John
Oh yeah,
Lewis.
Mr. Lewis. Yeah, Lewis. Yeah,
Lewis
Lewis. That's the one I was talking about. Yeah.
See, people in here
Huh.
know politics. They know
Well,
politics.
my favorite politician from California was Gilbert Lindsay. Well, we had the same name, and I met Gilbert Lindsay. I got to talk to Gilbert Lindsay, and Gilbert Lindsay told me to knock it off one day. One day I was being a little loud and a little disrespectful, talking shit, and we were in this room, and Gilbert Lindsay, he was like my grandfather's age, and he looked at me and he said, and he talked, just straight, no phoniness in his voice and his dialect. And he told me to knock it off. He said, I want you to knock it off. And I said, all right, I'm sorry. Like that. And he said, all right, now I come here to talk to you guys.
Hey,
And
I'm sorry to cut you off. Do you remember
yeah,
when Trump came into office? Everything was about Obama. Obama this, Obama that. If Obama did this, Obama messed up the economy. Obama did all this in the Middle East. Obama is from another country, no birth certificate. Then all that went away. Now when the FBI hit his house, Obama took boxes home. That dude is crazy, man.
Hey, criminals always try to deflect. They always try to point the finger somewhere else to take the spotlight off themselves. Then they find out Obama ain't took nothing home.
He tries to the stuff that Obama had not took itself, but it went to Chicago was already declassified. And
yeah.
It's just part of what they do in America after presidency. But somebody got a good question. What do you like about Nancy Pelosi?
Oh, what I like about her is that she's not scared of China. She just went to Taiwan. They were demonstrating the strength of their Navy. They was telling her she shouldn't go, don't go. And she didn't even consult. She just went. And I mean, she's so brave. And she took on Trump and the impeachments. And she was, she's just so cool about it. And she reminds me of an old nun. I grew up in Catholic school, and some of those nuns could be hard in the paint, about tuition, about acting out in class. I didn't see nuns come and check a whole class if the teacher or the other nun, whoever runs the class, loses control. I didn't see a mother superior come and check up some stuff and shake some stuff up, with their words. Their statue isn't that big, and so Nancy Pelosi, she could just set Trump straight. She could just fire into him so hard. And it'd be with the truth. Sometimes the truth, man. It reminds me of that movie, what Tom Cruise was in. And Nicholson said, you can't take the truth, And he was just, telling them, the way they behaved in the military, how they really did things, the truth, and Donald Trump, he don't know what the truth is. He tells so many lies, he don't know the truth. He think he could spin his narrative over and over again. And then he just throws things out there, hoping something's gonna stick. What's scary is that a bunch of people who's already in law enforcement believe him. The white supremacist police. There's a part of the police department, there's a part of our military, there's a part of our establishment that is white supremacy. And they're out there and they're deep. And they got guns and they control policy. Sometimes you be for one of them in the courtroom. They got positions of authority. So you go to prison and they be some of the guards. They be you go to the county jail, they be some of the deputies. When I was going through the county jail, they was trying to paint this picture in the hallway of this dude called John Wayne. So I used to try to damage the picture.
Yeah,
one time
on the 9,000 floor.
Did they finally finish the picture?
Yeah, a few times. It's been
Oh,
damaged.
well, I was trying to prevent that picture from being finished. So I do paint on the picture. I would damage the picture. The dude that was sketching the outline of the picture, I would always sabotage and damage the picture because the reason for the picture is white supremacy.
Of
They
course.
put this picture of this racist in the hallway. So when you're on your way to court, you're on your way from the old side to the new side, you see this bigger than life picture of the Duke, standing there. And, they drew that picture with taxpayers' money. And no one wants to address it, but it's just like putting an old Dixie flag in the middle of the hallway. But they said, well, we can't put old Dixie up there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a picture of John Wayne. He ain't got nothing to do with the sheriff's department. But it has just to do with racism. And one day I'm gonna get that picture taken down.
It
One
might
day,
be by now, but look.
no, it ain't taken down. That racist picture's still there. Nobody bring.
They probably have some new artists put up a new one, is what I'm saying.
No, they just keep painting over it and over it. It's still there. Ask somebody who
ain't been in county jail. Q, you ain't been in county jail in 43 years.
Okay, well, let's find out. One of the Mac heads who been in the county jail.
You might be right though. Look,
Yeah.
this is my favorite thing about Nancy Pelosi. You see Ice-T in the yellow outfit?
Yeah, that's Ice-T's cool.
Right. So
the
other day, Nancy tried to dress like Ice-T.
Oh yeah, look at her. Look at her gloves. She's hard. She's about 80 years old.
Yeah, she's up there.
Yeah, she's strong. That's a strong woman. All you women, if you want a strong woman to look up to and follow her. She talks against abortion. She don't want you guys to lose your rights for abortion. You guys are about to let Miss Cheney get her position taken away because enough of you didn't cross over to keep her in office. Now they're going to get another white supremacist in office over there, and it's going to be more of the same. The white supremacists trying to make their move now. They're trying to get out. They're trying to take over, both positions, in side of the White House. They're trying to get both. They're trying to be the majority now in both. We ain't going to get nothing through if we let that happen. So where's all the women at? I thought you women were mad. I thought you were outraged because the white supremacists trying to tell you what to do with your body. You guys ain't mad no more. I don't even see you guys in the news. Trump is a distraction. You guys should be in the news and make your stuff go over his, because right now he's wiping your voice out. We forgot all about y'all's misery and y'all suffering.
Choose, do you like Liz Cheney?
Liz, yeah, I love Liz Cheney. Yeah, I love Liz Cheney. She's so brave. She's old school truth, and she goes against the establishment. She was a part of the Republican Party before the white supremacists took over the party. She's the old guard. They being pushed out. They being pushed out.
Hey, somebody said Trump did more for blacks than Biden did.
Trump did what?
More for blacks than Joe Biden.
Trump ain't did nothing for blacks. He ain't did nothing for me, and he ain't did nothing for you. You just going on some bullshit if you believe that. He ain't did nothing at all. He ain't did nothing for blacks. Well, I'm gonna tell you what he did for blacks. He put us in our place. That's what he did. Well, he put us in our place.
Well, they happy that he got them a stimulus check and he let a few black people out of prison.
Man, them black people he let out of prison were tokens. And the only reason they got let out of prison because there was someone in a position to go up there and put their name before him. And he had a little bit of power to do that with federal crime. He ain't let nobody out of no state prison. All my lifer buddies are still locked up. All my buddies on death row are still on death row. He ain't did nothing for black people.
He
That
says, so
man hates your guts.
what
If
do
you
you
one
think?
of them Uncle Toms and you believe that massa, is caring about you, then you just like one of those maggots or megas, whatever they call them. You're a
Right.
black maggot,
A
a black
maggot.
maggot. Yeah, man, I call them maggots,
Yeah,
bottom
I
feeders,
get it.
fly
I get
egg,
it.
lava.
I
That's
get
what
it.
they are. Yeah,
And you know what's
Trump.
crazy? When Trump was in office, I couldn't talk about Trump. And all the Trump bots used to come up in here. Now that he's
Yeah,
not president, they don't get mad at me. I'm talking about YouTube. They don't censor me when we talk about Trump no more. And the Trump robots don't come up in here no more.
yeah, because he had enough of them in there, the robots. Yeah, they every now and then they get on me. They try to get at me because I go on all the news channels and I type in stuff. I like doing that. And I got to do 10 a day. So I go and put 10 a day on each news station. So that's my hobby. I'll say 10 a day. I wrote one about what if this was Obama who took home all of the secret stuff, refused the peaceful transition power, had us coming up there with guns and talking about we here because now you went in Obama's mansion and now we're gonna show up with guns and we're gonna do this. How long do you think that would last? How long you think black people is gonna get to stand around, with open carry? The Black Panthers tried to do it and they
Yeah,
passed laws against it.
right.
Remember the Friday night special law and all of those laws? Yeah, so they would just create some laws to where we couldn't carry our gun outside. If we
Hey,
were the ones that were carrying the guns, they would pass a law that we couldn't bring our guns outside. But because it's you white supremacists that get to have your guns outside because they don't see you as a threat. They're starting to see you as a threat that you are. Who's scared of a militia? The militia. The militia. And then you got your flags. You
hey,
carry your American flag like you're an American. You're an insurrectionist. You ain't no American. But what you are is a traitor to the country. You're a traitor. You're traitors. You're
hey,
trying to build. You're trying to rebuild America. You want Dixie back. You want to turn the clock back on blacks.
no,
You
you know
know.
what's funny? What's funny to me? Let me read this comment. Biden has done everything to hurt black people. Trump did
No, he
nothing
hasn't.
to hurt us. Look,
No, he
this,
hasn't.
this was funny to me.
Yeah.
First of all, a lot of people on this channel or black people in general say voting don't work. Your votes don't count.
Yeah.
Second of all, some people talk about how much Trump did for black people. What did Trump do when he lost the election? He went and challenged all the cities where the majority of black people voted. So in other words, he like, man, them black votes don't count. And fuck y'all, man, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, he's
So,
trying to take away black people right to vote, take away
you're
their
right.
ambition to vote.
So
He's setting the stage for next time.
he's saying your rights don't mean shit. That's what he's
Exactly.
saying to black people. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody that's black and you pumping Trump up over Biden, then it's like I told you. You just like them old slaves, that got to work in the house. Then you had me out in the field. And if I'm talking bad about Master, then you're gonna go tell Master, hey, Cute is out there in the bunkhouse, he out there talking about a revolt. You're gonna get me whipped. You'll get me
Hey,
flogged in front of everybody on Saturday,
hey,
when they having their barbecue.
this
And
fool
you
say
got,
this fool say what I'm saying nonsense. I just told facts.
yeah.
You
What you're
didn't
saying
know
is
that?
true.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, he
Like,
didn't know that. Ask him about Georgia.
how is that
What's going
nonsense? Georgia, Arizona,
Yeah,
Ohio, all the places, man. What is this
yeah.
fool talking about?
He don't know. And then they were going to get all the voting machines. If they would have got Pence to do what he was supposed to do, he would still be in office. He
Man,
would be in office right now.
hey,
If he would have
Trump tried to get Pence, huh?
yeah. And so then that would have took away all the black vote. So how are you on his side? He was about to disenfranchise you from voting at all. Your vote didn't count. You don't even understand voting. I bet you ain't even registered to vote. You don't even vote. Well, hey, Big H, call in, Big H. Let's motivate some of these black people to sign up to vote.
Big H probably
because
they
lost
right now.
Yeah, he probably in bed. Yeah, they lost. And then they try to keep us out of politics. Oh, y'all shouldn't talk about politics. What do you mean we shouldn't talk about politics? Politics is what we see when we go to the board. That's politics. The governor taking your date, that's politics. The judge sentenced you to a certain amount of time, that's politics. The crime that you fall up under, that's politics. The unemployment in your community is politics. The drugs that come into your community is politics. The whole world is politics.
Man, when they talk about inflation, that's a word I've been hearing my whole life.
I've been in inflation. It's been inflation on me since day one. I ain't never had enough money to do shit.
If it wasn't for inflation, we'd still be buying 10-cent ice cream cones and candy bars.
Damn right. I remember when a cupcake was 8 cents and a bag of potato chips was a dime. And that was still a struggle. I used to have to go in the store and steal that. So it's always been inflation on mine.
Hey, man, some of this stuff is so comical to me. Some of it I honestly don't even care about. But
if you ever drive diesel trucks and you're out on the road at night and you're listening to the chatter that's going on, you hear just straight racist stuff all night. I would just be arguing with people all night man, I would come up out of, talking with a code or anything. I would just straight talk crap over the air. But all you hear is just racist rednecks just spewing all their hatred all night to where you just want to click out of that station.
Hey, even when y'all talk about high rent and high mortgage, that was before Biden came in office. I don't know how you could put 2 years of Biden in office being the reason why your rent is so high. Gentrification started long before Biden came in office. But
man, people are funny. People are funny. They're talking about high rent, high gas prices. Gas prices is always going to be high to a poor man like me and you, or a woman. Gas prices, rent is always going to be high for a poor person like you or a woman like you. It's all of the prices is high. You don't make enough money at work to cover, those expenses without living from paycheck to paycheck. Why do you think we went to crime? You think we went to crime because we wanted to go to crime? We were pushed toward that door. Politics pushed us toward that door. We watched our mothers and our fathers struggle to try to put food on the table for us. And when we came into our own, we came into our delinquency, we learned how to eat and how to feed ourselves.
Hey, what was funny? What was funny, Cutes, in the graveyard interview when we interviewed the white guy, Ghost. Ghost said, man, don't complain about prices, work harder. But this is the same guy that said he got lucky and got a place because he had a friend that owned an apartment building and gave him an apartment. That's what I be saying about other races. They don't even see, or they just think we that dumb, that they get breaks. They have privileges that some of us don't have. So it's easy to say work harder. They
get a head start. Yeah, you guys get a head start. You get people who give you things, who give you a boost in life. But when you black like us, we don't get that. We don't get that boost. We at the bottom of the barrel. The reason we go to drugs and we go to alcohol because we're trying to deal with the oppression. We're trying to wipe it out with inside of ourselves. The reason we turn the gangs into drugs, into street hatred, is because we struggling. We struggling within ourselves. We're trying to work it out within ourselves. We're mad. We're broke. We're angry. We see that you got all of this, and we don't got but nothing with this little bit over here. And you already figured out the solution. You're going to lock us up. You're not going to bring no job programs in our neighborhood. You already know what the solution is for us because it keeps you employed. Lock them up, put them on probation, put them on parole, put them up under some type of supervision, lock their asses up. Well, let's give them some programs, or we'll give them night basketball. That ain't going to put no money in nobody's pocket. Oh, well, we'll give them a library program. We'll give them a little park recreation over here. That ain't going to sustain nothing for a long time. We'll give them a few school lunches over here. Come on, man. Be serious.
Somebody want to know, what are your thoughts about Kamala Harris and she's not black?
I love Pamela Harris. She's a nice lady. Yeah, she don't gotta be black for me to like her.
Right.
I mean, it depends on what side of the law you on. You know, at the time you speak of things. When I was actively a criminal, I didn't like her. I wouldn't like her. You know, I didn't like people who had a position of authority that was gonna be over me, over my criminality and punish me.
I think you got a thing for women of authority, women in politics. Women.
Yeah, well, I had a powerful mother. She was a probation officer, and she didn't take nobody's stuff. She didn't take my stuff. She didn't take people on her caseload stuff. I could respect a woman, in power with authority. If they ain't abusing their authority. She did some things, with her authority. That was appalling with her authority. But look what she was. She was a DA. I have never met a DA that was cool. That was her role. She's supposed to do that to the letter. I also met a coach one time, and he trained people, and he spent time with people who really didn't have much gift, but he just wanted to keep them off the streets. So he would work a little extra hard with these loud kids who didn't know the fundamentals of the game, who didn't know how to pass the ball. He would spend more time with them than he did with his organized sport team. He would spill over into that and come to the other school. Even though he worked, at the high school, he would come back to Harsh Man and deal with us, and that's the same coach that was famous in Crenshaw up there. But sometime you got to look at, Miss Harris, at what she's doing now as a vice president.
What is she doing?
What she's doing now, she's standing by Joe Biden. She's not going contrary to him. She's right by him. She's not making him look bad.
She's waiting for him to fall out so she could become president. I don't
know.
I don't think Pelosi is harder than Kamala.
Well, they both strong women. They both good, strong women. She spoke against abortion too. Anytime a woman gets up and speak against something, and I respect a woman like that. I mean, you got these religious groups. Let's call them some of these the white clergy. The white supremacist religious groups. That's what I'm gonna call them. The white supremacist religious groups. And they want to tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body. But yet, there's supposed to be a separation between church and state. But really, is there a separation? So I think when those white supremacist, religious groups start weighing in on politics, we should tax their institution.
I know one thing, there's 217 people in here talking politics.
I like them. I like people like to talk politics. I like to talk politics too, because you can only be honest in politics. When you're talking politics, you speak from your heart. It's like two arguments you're not supposed to have in public. One is religion and one is politics. Because you have a fight. You'll be like in the middle of Walmart slugging it out with someone.
Exactly.
Even at work, I seen people at work almost losing at my job. I said, wait a minute, you guys, chill out. You know, so this is a good place cyberspace is a good place to talk politics. See, because I can't reach out and I can't put you in that chokehold, you know, and have you like I had that dude that day in the county jail. You know, the one that was trying to throw me over the tier. I can't put you in that chokehold and try to choke some sense back into you. You know, can't do that. But in cyberspace is a place for you to vent, you know, but also understand one thing when you're in cyberspace. Don't become a cyber sales soldier. Right. Don't become a cyber buster. Right. Don't become a cyber hook. Don't talk racial things in cyberspace about people. Don't disrespect people's gang in cyberspace. You know, don't do things like that. That's not cool.
Hey, James, man, you haven't been paying attention or you don't watch enough KM video. This question has been answered 1,000 times. Cutes, what hood did Magnificent Seven turn into?
The Magnificent Seven's neighborhood, the neighborhood that we had controlled at the time, that neighborhood turned into A-Tray gangsters and rolling 60 Crips.
AOG Cutes, what do you think about the cartels in Mexico? What's your opinion on them?
I think that they're struggling and they're doing the best that they can, and it's a poor country, and them poor people have been pushed into a box. Just like in the inner city, we got pushed into a box. People don't want to share none of the pie. The greedy people are greedy. They want all of the pie, and they want to give the little people just little crumbs. And people are tired of crumbs. So they go out and get their own. You know, all of that time that I sold marijuana on the street, all them fences that I jumped, all of them fights that I had, all of the time that I served in jail for marijuana, now you make it legal. And I don't get none of that. I don't get none of that taken out of my record. I don't get nothing out of all that hard. I'm a professional now, and you can't give me a job doing that. You can't make me go around the country, you know, trying to convince people to buy some, to buy into it. You can't give me and Kev Mac, you know, a shop, you know, that we could run and sell some of that stuff legally somewhere. I don't get high anymore. So I can really profit now.
Hey, see, Chubby says you can always count on Cutes for the realest response.
Exactly. Exactly.
Salute.
Appreciate you.
That's what I told him, A-Tray and 60. Yeah, East of Western would be A-Trays, West of Western would be the 60s on the north side of Florence.
And you gotta realize, look at Dinker. So we lived on the Dinker side. So right. Dinker, you know, you got 60s down there, right. And you got Monster Cody and them stayed doing it's crazy. This is how it was. On 66, 65th, on the Normandy, between Dinker and Normandy, there was 8 trades and 60s in there. And across Normandy was Brims. Then across Normandy was Menlo later on. You see what I'm saying? So the Crips, the Brims, the ETGs in the 60s, it's all intertwined. It was all working its way out and working its way in. You know, the development, the formation, everything. You got to realize that before that it was West Side. So everybody already knew each other. Everybody already was once under the same umbrella. It was all the G's, the founders. You know, man, we all.
It's hilarious, man. They going in on Trump.
Good. Now this is my kind of party. See, now this is my kind of party. Let me tell you guys something about Trump that you don't know. Trump, he likes to deflect. So when I was a criminal, I would deflect. The police would come, they would bust me, they would take all the mini bikes out of my den, the motors I had got, They would bring one of those trailers hooked up to the police car. So they carting all of this stolen shit that I done had in my mama's house and behind the garage, and they just clearing me out. They getting all of my stolen shit. So I start deflecting. I get to the cop station. I say, man, why y'all taking all my stuff, man? Do you got any receipts? I says, nah, man. Well, I don't need no receipts. If you go around the corner to the lawnmower shop, he don't got no receipts for everything in there. Why are you asking me for a receipt? You're not a lawnmower shop. See, I deflect. Right. And that's what people do. That's what crooks do. They deflect.
But you know another thing, I'm gonna leave the dude alone. But another thing I find funny is that now I'm having a Biden moment.
No, that's all right, Biden. But, hey, when the last time you drink? Oh, go ahead.
It's how Trump always initiates stuff. Like the FBI wasn't even going to mention the raid, but Trump came out and said he's always putting his foot in his mouth, man. That's what I always trip off with Trump. He's been doing that even before he became president when they was, you know, having the debates. He was doing shit like that. That shit's hilarious to me, man.
Trump is a super crook. If you want to learn how to be a crook, study Trump. He tries to be one foot ahead of the authority that's investigating. And he jumps the gun. Like he said, okay, he got his lawyer to sign off and say, there's nothing in here of importance. You know, we gave you guys everything. Then they found out that was a lie. Then Trump said, oh man, that didn't work. Oh, I know what we could say. What, Trump, what can we say? We could just say, you declassified everything. You, the president, you just swung a magic wand. Oh, that's great. Say it. Fox News, say it. Fox News said that. Well, everything we heard that was down there was already declassified. And then they said, first of all, the warrant is not saying the violation is about being classified or declassified. It's about you having the stuff there anyway, Trump. Now what you gonna say? Well, you planted the stuff. See, he just jumps around. And then he says, hey, Mr. Garland, we hear the country's at an outrage right now. What can I do? I want to be at your disposal. Well, Trump, you're the one that, you know, shook the beehive of your white supremacist gang members. You shook the beehive of all your militias. And now you're asking me, what should you do? Are you serious, Trump? Trump doesn't even think before he responds. He doesn't check in with his people. Since he's the leader, he's uncensored. They say, Trump, well, why did you do that dumbass shit, Trump? Why did you get at the DOJ? That wasn't cool, man. I don't know, man. Get out of my office. I'm Trump. Get out of here. Then he starts throwing peanut butter, jelly, forks. Who does that? A baby. A baby has a temperature. Cheerios. You know, just get to throwing your food. That's crazy, man. It don't make no damn sense. But that's where we at. You know, we here, you know, in this space, in this day and time, this is where we at. You know, this is what things have become in America. You know, so you have America's like a roller coaster. You know how Magic Mountain always, you know, tries to build the next big thing, and you just gotta learn to hold on, man. Some of you guys are scared to get on a roller coaster, but you know, I could get on the biggest roller coaster and ride it out. So that's how America is. You got to ride it out. You know, you got to get on this roller coaster.
Hey, one more thing I used to laugh at too is how red Trump would get when they talked about him having small hands.
Oh yeah, he's weird. Small hands, his little bitty hands. So you know what they say? Women judge the size of a man's endowment by his feet and by his hands, and usually those markers could be right. Sometimes they could be wrong. We're in between. Sometimes you can surprise someone. What can I say? But I tell you what, Trump, I think we're right on with you in those small little bitty pixie hands. So Melania, if you want to feel it, and you haven't been feeling it, here goes a stud right here. You know, you ever seen Mandingo? Who did they have do that? That boxer. What was his name? Ken Norton. Remember Ken Norton was in that Slave movie, and he was out there, and the white master got him and brought him home, and then the master's wife kept looking at him. Damn, we're glad you brought him home. Well, you know how the white supremacist masters were out there picking the sisters up, taking them, you know, out in the field. So the white women, they were doing the same thing to us. You know, we'd be out there, you know, busting up some rocks, carrying bales of cotton. They say, oh, look at him. Who's that? Oh, that's Cutes. Oh, yeah. Well, bring Cutes up to my quarters. I don't want to go up to your quarters, lady. Well, how did I get mixed up in this bullshit? I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm going to try to be free. Where's Harriet Tubman at? I want to find Harriet Tubman because I want to get the hell out of here. See, I would have never stopped AWOLing. When I went to camp, I would AWOL. I AWOL like 3 times. I don't like being confined.
Man, I wanted to escape prison so bad when my girl was messing with another dude. Man,
Ooh, the worst
I was
feeling.
gonna get cut up by barbed wire and shot by the gun child so bad, boy.
Man, I used to fantasize about escaping.
Man, I always used to fantasize about escape.
I told myself one night, I said, how the hell could I get out of here? And I would see people getting cut with the razor wire, and I would say, well, I'm not going that way. I mean, I would actually see dudes get ripped up. I would go to the infirmary because I worked on the roof, and I would change the filters inside of the air vents. So I would go down inside of the hospital and get the keys and whatnot and let them know we're going up. So we would go up, and then you would see dudes who would just break for the barbed wire, you know, the EOPs or whatnot, emergency outpatients, people with mental problems, you know, and you just see their forms and the way the razor wire just ripped their skin. Right. And that just gave me a reality check, you know. I'm not. And then I start thinking, well, what if I do some extra jackets on, and what if I just got some cardboard and some blankets? And then I say, well, when I'm doing all of this, I'm looking like Frosty the Snowman walking out of the building. How far is the gun tower going to let me get? Right. And how fast am I going to be able to move? Because I'm not going to be able to bend my elbows. I said, no, I'm just going to get shot off the gate.
Hey,
bad idea.
Just hearing them electric gates rattle.
And then I would watch him get the dead squirrels and the dead cats.
I was going to say that. You see the squirrels, the snakes, and you like,
I said, hey, man, that's really electric fence.
Yeah, like that electric fence is for real.
Yeah, I said, that ain't no fake electric fence over there. That little peaceful looking fence is really real.
Man, you hear the damn, it sounds like a motor. And you have noise in that motherfucker unless it's filled with electricity.
Man, and the only time when the fence go down, then they fill those guard towers up with people. Because the guard towers that sit out in the field, when the fence is working, shit, they can save on manpower. They don't even got a guard up in that towers. I say, damn, those fences must be good. They don't got no guard out in the back towers no more. So yeah, they don't need them back there. Damn fence will glue you to it.
Yeah, I remember when Trump said Ted Cruz' dad had Kennedy killed. You know what's funny? He scared the hell out of Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is the biggest Trump butt licker, you know what I'm saying, besides Lindsey Graham that there is.
Lindsey Graham sounds like Jimmy the Crooked. You guys don't remember him, Jimmy the Crooked. That's Lindsey Graham. He's Jiminy the Crooked. He says, "Oh, this guy got to get out of office. He's responsible for this insurrection." Then a minute later, Trump. I'm with Trump 100%. I'm on your side, Trump. Hey, this guy don't got what's on a pool table. If I tell you somebody don't have what's on a pool table, there's balls on a pool table, and I don't mean to be vulgar. I don't mean to be vulgar, but I mean, these dudes don't have what's on a pool table. And you ask me, do I like the young lady who stands up against them, who's heading the committee, the committee? Yes, I like her. I admire her. You know, Miss Cheney. I admire Miss Cheney. Yeah. There's like maybe 4 Republicans that stand up and talk against what their party have become. I like those Republicans. Some people say, damn, I thought Cooch was racist, but he ain't racist. How do we figure him out? I don't hate cops. I don't hate guards. I don't hate the FBI, but I hate the ones who abuse their power. I hate those people. Hate the people who choke blacks out. Hate the people who try to create a gang inside of the law enforcement. I hate the dirty guards in prison, but there were cool guards in prison too that I admire, that I appreciated. But I hate the bad. I don't like them.
It was one correctional officer I liked in there, man. He used to gamble with me. He used to gamble with me. The first time I beat him, he punked me though. He didn't pay his debt. But what could I do? He's a SEAL. I mean, I could take off on him. But
that would have been the double-edged sword.
Man, I beat that fool. I bet him some soups, like four top ramen. I beat him. He didn't pay me. So I asked him, what my top ramen, and he ignored me. He was punking me, man. So one day he come by my bunk at count time, and he asked me, did I want to bet on the 49er game? I'm like, man, you don't pay. And he was like, shh. He's like, I'm gonna look out for you. You want to bet? And I'm like, yeah. I said, let's bet eight top ramen this time. So we bet, and I won again. That fool bought me a vanilla shake, a hamburger. Oh my goodness, French fries. I was like, I like this food, man.
Yeah. Hey, they had this guard in Folsom. When I was in old Folsom, I was on the 4th tier, right? So I was making these knives, right? So I get put in the hole. So the lady, Miss Larson, she told the guard that he got to, stand in front of my cell. They would change shifts, and the guard would sit in the chair, and they would sit in front of my cell. They lined the chair up in front of my cell, but they on the catwalk. So around when the shifts would change, another guard would come and sit in the chair. The chair would be open for like 20 minutes when they changing shifts, because they got to go check the gun back in, then they got to check everything back out. So during this time, I could do stuff. I would get busy. And then they would come, boom. And then he would just sit there like this. So I would fuck with him. I would say, hey, man, I can't have no peace, man. What if I want to look at my girly magazine? You think I'm comfortable looking at them with you right there? No, I'm not. Why don't you just go move the chair down a little bit? If you want to watch a man, why don't you go put the chair over there by the shower? Why don't you go, because they had a cell, they turned it to the shower. In the hole, you go in a locked-in shower. So that one guard, he wouldn't talk to me at all. I couldn't get nothing out of him. I said, well, what if I start throwing pears at your ass? See how them busted windows out? I busted those windows. I said, what if I start chunking pears at you? Then you're going to move? You're going to talk then? He said, I'm going to shoot you. I said, you can't shoot me if I throw a pear at you. Well, throw a pear at me and see. And then everybody, throw a pear at him, Cooch. Throw a pear at his ass. I said, I am. I'm going to throw a pear at his ass. I said, if you shoot me, everybody listen. Everybody, this is how we would entertain ourselves. Cooch, don't throw the pear at him. Nah, Cooch, throw the pear at him. He's just a peanut gallery. And I got the pear. I said, look, I got a nice hard-ass pear. I said, why do you guys put these hard-ass pears in our lunch anyway? You know why you put them in there? So we could throw them. I said, I'm gonna bust you in your MF head with this pear. And he said, and if you do, Bill, I'm gonna shoot you. And I says, you know what? I'm gonna give you action to shoot me, because why do you keep sitting in front of my cell every day? I says, why do you sit right there every day? They change shifts. They sit in front of my cell. Why? How come you can't move the chair, sit in front of this cell a few days? Why am I getting all the attention? Well, we're not sitting here because of you. I said, then why are you sitting here? Can't tell you why. I said, man, I'm gonna hit you with the goddamn pear. Then a pear came from the other tier, the fifth tier, sideways. Pow! Hit him in the side of his head, bam! And then we just started unloading them on him. Pow, 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 pow. And he ran down the catwalk. He busted. And we Mexicans, blacks, whites, we was unloading on him, right? Pow, pow. Windows were shattering. Man, the next day, the warden came through. And man, they cut all the water off. We didn't have no water. Huh?
You didn't have to tell me. I knew what happened.
Yeah, they cut all the water. We didn't have no water to drink, right? And so everybody said, "Cutes, what are we gonna do? We don't got no water." I said, "I know, man. Don't exercise. Listen, everybody. Don't, because this is when the convicts came together. I said, listen, you guys, don't exercise. Please, let's not set fires, because if we set fires, we're not going to be able to, breathe. So let's hold off on the fires. But we will burn this mother MF down, but let's just wait. Let's wait until the warden comes." So the warden came. So the next day, they brought the warden. So the warden started at the back. He's talking to people. He got like 9 guards with him. The gun catwalk got 4 guards with the minis, and they following the warden down the tier. The warden gets to my cell. He says, "What's going on?" I says, "Look, warden." I says, "I'm tired of this shit." I said, "Look, warden, I'm tired of this shit." I said, "They cut the water off. We can't flush our toilets. We can't shower." I said, "This is inhumane treatment, the way that they're doing us." He said, "Well, we're not going to tolerate you guys assaulting the guards with the fruit." I said, "Warden, this fruit, it shouldn't have been picked from the tree." I said, "Look at this hard ass shit, warden, here. Feel this shit. They want us to bite into this. They give us these every single day in our lunch, warden." I say, "This is what we eat every day. We get tired of eating them. They like chewing on rocks." He says, "Well, I'm going to see, can I do something about that?" He says, "But I can't tolerate you guys throwing these fruits. We're going to just take the fruits out the lunches, and you guys ain't going to get oranges, apples, or anything." I said, "We already don't get no oranges." "Well, you guys make wine with the oranges." I says, "I don't make wine with mine. Why am I being punished for what they do? I deserve to have an orange." So the warden is like, "Look, I'm not up here for that. I need you guys to stop trying to assault the officers. We're going to cut the water back on. But you guys we need to come to terms here." And then everybody came to agreement. Okay, we're not going to throw at the officers no more. So we all agreed on that. Letters started going by. They let the tier tenders out. The tier tenders would come to our door. The blacks would go to the blacks. Mexicans go to Mexicans. White go to whites. So everybody got a census. Then they said, "Okay, cool. We're going to stall it out. We'll get our yards back. We'll get some of the liberties back that we had. The way we were living our life in there and shit, man." But those are the extremes. Those are some of the extremes that we got to go through, just to get some attention, because when you're in there, nobody knows you in there. Like right now, all of those men and women that are in there, they're forgotten about. Ain't nobody thinking about them. I don't care what gang you were in. Your gang on the street forgets about you. You're forgotten. When you're in there, you're forgotten, man. You forget that you even a part of something, because that thing that you were a part of ain't showing you no love while you in there. So that's why you join something else. That's why you become a part of something bigger than what you were a part of when you was on the street. Because you've been pushed toward this way. You've been pushed and molded to go this way. That's why people go different ways.
Last question and last statement of the night. The statement first. Cutes, I bet you stayed drunk off Puno. And the question, how many hunger strikes have you been a part of?
Okay, first of all, I quit drinking Pruno in 1986. I didn't get out of prison until 2011. So you count the years of that. And as far as hunger strikes, quite a few. But and I didn't call them. Most of those were called by the people who was up under the paperwork. And being that I was a convict, and that I would benefit from what was going to be achieved for a hunger strike, then I would do it. But I'm going to tell you something about a hunger strike. This is the only thing that can make me break a hunger strike first. If I find out that you got canteen in your cell, and I find out that you're eating Top Robins, you're eating Snickers, and you got food, and I'm down here in my cell and I'm having a real hunger strike, but you're having a pseudo hunger strike. If I figure that that's what's going on, then I break my hunger strike immediately. And everybody say, well, Cuse, why you break the hunger strike? I say, because Senekite, so-and-so's eating, man. I can hear him. I see his reflection. See, I look at the wall, and the reflection is on the wall, and I see this dude putting stuff in his mouth, man. I hear real good, man. I got these super German Shepherd ears. I can hear Top Robins being crunched. I can hear tater chips being chewed, man. People are eating in here. Why am I going to starve myself? You know, so I'm breaking the hunger strike. Unless we're going to start stabbing the dudes that are eating now. We're going to take it to that extreme? No, we're not. So I'm off the hunger strike. And then they say, well, then other people say, well, Cute is off, I'm off too. Yeah, Cute is off, I'm off too. And then I say, well, we off, homie. Yeah, we off. Then ain't nobody say shit to us. Okay, we're off. We bring that food tomorrow, we eating. Everybody, man, them brothers down there, they broke the hunger strike. Yeah, man, because you guys got canteen in your cell. We poor. We don't got no canteen in our cell. You guys got ready for a hunger strike. We wasn't ready for one.
Cuse, what's the longest you went without eating in there?
5 days.
And you got weak in 5 days, huh?
Man, I've seen dudes go longer though, way longer.
Yeah.
5 days. First, my head started hurting. Then I start feeling dizzy. Then I start feeling like, delusional.
Yeah.
Then I start feeling real weak in my limbs, like I was.
That's what I'm telling you. I went 5 days without eating in the hole, man. They let me out after 7 days, man. That was such a relief, man.
Man. Hey,
I would take my jukeball. I would take my jukebox and bounce them down the tier.
Yeah, I hate it. Hey, did you ever go to the hole in the county jail?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, am I lying? Tell me, is this the truth or is it a lie? All right. So I'm in the hole in the county jail for fighting, right? So they said, take his ass to the hole. Take Bill to the hole. And I say, hey, man, why are you taking me to the hole? We taking you to the hole because you over here fighting. You going to the hole. And you out of your unit. You over here fighting in another part of the building. You out of bounds. You in trouble in another part of the building. You're going to the hole. So you go to sergeant's court. So they send me to the hole. And so the sergeant says, and if you get out the hole, you do anything else, you're going to stand in the hole until you go to the joint. And I don't know when you're going to the joint because you're still going to court. You're coming out for court and you're going right back into the hole. So when I lay down in the hole in my bed, there's so many roaches. There's no light in the hole. The hole is black. It's dark. And the roaches, these little bitty roaches just crawl all over your face, all down in your neck. Was it like that when you was in the hole?
Yes and no. The roach part, I don't know about. The mice.
Oh, the mice, yeah.
I could not hide my store from the mice. No matter where you put that bag,
yeah,
the mice was going to get there and eat them Butterfingers and Snickers, man.
Oh, yeah. And you can't see them. You cannot see them. Hey, man, was up under the little crack of your bed? Was up under that little crack between the metal and the metal? Was it full of food and everything and crust and all kind of shit up under there?
Just like trash, not food, but trash.
Man, I was in the nastiest hole you would ever want to be in. I was on the old side.
Oh yeah, HOJJ is different. I was telling them about HOJJ, all them rats
Yeah.
and roaches. I was telling them the other night that that's probably where all the rats and roaches come from in LA, downtown LA.
Oh yeah, those rodents and those roaches, man. There's so much disease in there. You don't know where it's coming from, but those things are carriers. That vermin is carriers of that stuff. Anyway, that was some of the misery of incarceration.
Yeah,
So young people, if you want to live your lives hard, you want to live your way like the way we lived our life, then expect some of this, man. Because I'm telling you, some things never change, man.
man, the unhealthy conditions. I used to lay with my head toward the bars, and you know that's not how you're supposed to jail. You're supposed to have your
No,
feet at the bar. I would
yeah.
have my head at the bars, and I would hear shit, and I would look around, and it'd be fucking mice right there on the bars by my head, and I'd be like,
Oh
damn.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
I'll get up,
exactly.
I'll get up and look, and it'd be so much rat feces. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, these rats must have been partying by my head all night.
yeah. You ever get the heebie-jeebies where you just start feeling stuff crawling all over you like
Yeah,
zillions of
yeah,
things?
yeah.
Man, one night I got the heebie-jeebies, dog, and all of it felt like my body. It felt like a bunch of little maggots was just crawling all over every inch of my body, and it freaked me out. And I was like, and it was in there. It was saying, hey, I couldn't hear nobody hollering my name or nothing. I was just zoned out. The shit had got the best of me that night. It felt like I was just being. It felt like one of them horror movies where you in the grave and you in the tomb and all the worms and everything just coming to your casket. It felt like that. I
Yeah,
was like, what? And I couldn't see shit. It was pitch black dark.
yeah,
I
it be
remember,
dark as hell. Hey,
man.
it feel like parasites be up under your skin and shit.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who
Yeah,
experienced this. I never shared this story with nobody. Not even when I would go to group, because they would probably say, "Man, we can't let that guy go. This means this, and that means that." You
look,
know, I didn't
look,
tell them that.
a couple people said put the knife on the rats. Well, here's the deal. Remember, Q said he couldn't see shit. It's dark as hell. Second
Yeah,
of all, them mice ain't no run around freeway Freddy Rice. Them mice jump up in the air
yeah, they
like
bouncers.
grasshoppers.
Yeah, they bouncers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you try to stab a mouse, he gonna be
yeah.
in there jumped up on your chest or something,
Yeah.
fool.
And they fast. They
Yeah,
fast.
they said.
It's like they freak you out. It's like their little tails be wiggling. It's the
Yeah,
worst. If you scared of them, you really gonna be screaming.
I
You're
was
gonna be
scared
like,
of motherfuckers,
yeah,
man.
be having a fit.
Hey, man, you put me in there with the craziest, hardest convict or a rat, nigga. I'm taking the crazy convict.
Any day, any day. Once I got out there, I only went to the hole like 4 times, and then after that, I just said I ain't coming to the hole. I'm not going in that hole. That county jail hole was the worst hole I ever been in, and I
Man,
didn't been in the hole for years, and
man,
that was the worst.
I done been in all them holes in the county jail.
Yeah, that shit was. I've been in the padded cell in 4A. I got put in the padded cell. I never forget that shit. They said, put his ass in the padded cell. And they can't hear you hollering. When that door shuts, you don't hear nothing. You
Man,
you you like in a cocoon. You could sock the wall. You sock the wall with all your might. It feel like you hit like a little baby. You be like, man, you say you ain't heard none of this. You ain't making no noise. It's
man,
the quiet room. Put his ass in the quiet room.
man. Hey,
Hell yeah.
well, I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all,
All
Q,
right, peace, family. Y'all
Q's,
be cool.
Q's Cash App is $Cute777. Mine is $KevMacVideos. Appreciate you guys for watching for an hour and 40 minutes. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all tomorrow with Cartoon. Little Caesar is due up soon with his playlist. And he's
Oh,
got
and Jan, it's one thing I want to say. Jan Brewer, someone has a fake post up using you trying to defraud people money. Make sure you get it taken down. It's on Messenger, dog. So, and I tried to call Little Caesar earlier, but I couldn't get through to him. But someone got your information, got pictures of you and your old lady, and they sending them out, and they hitting up all your friends trying to defraud them. So get on top of that, Jan. All right, buddy.
all right, take it easy.
Peace.
All right, Mac is a maniac. So I'll see y'all. Take it easy. Peace.